It's a unique blend of music, art, and fundraising for area music students, the Quad City Symphony Orchestra's 100 Years, 100 Cellos campaign.
It was felt 100 years ago that part of being a civilized community, part of being a community means having art and having an orchestra.
The great artists of the time were inspired by music. Great composers and musicians were inspired by art.
To celebrate a century of music, the orchestra and volunteers teamed up with local artists to adorn 100 unfinished cellos. Volunteers for Symphony started planning in August. Then in February, the unfinished instruments arrived, and then artists got to work.
I'm thinking that I will go with very bright colors, possibly some kind of stained glass window motif, maybe not, some splashes.
Professional artists, enthusiasts, and even school kids got involved. They all worked in a variety of media, transforming each instrument into a unique work of art.
What I'm planning to do is to paint each season with a different time on it. So the front has the sunset, and the second part is supposed to be the sun just rising and so on.
Every time they make a piece of art, it reveals a little bit about them and what drives them as an individual.
Then the finished products went on display around town. You could see them at Wells Fargo, the Figge, Genesis, and many more companies.
As a seer, I kind of see in terms of shapes. I look for negative shapes when I'm looking at things, or cast shadows while I'm walking down the street. And so I kind of latched onto that.
Area sponsors contributed $1,000 for each cello. Then in May, the symphony auctioned them off for just over $103,000. That money pays for the QCSO education program, 275 students in 4 youth orchestras and a youth choir, plus much more.
We have programs where individual musicians from the orchestra are going out into the schools to present their individual instruments and to engage small, intimate classroom audiences.
Really what the orchestra is the community, and that community support and the community engagement.
I feel blessed. Very blessed to be a part of this Quad City project.
For more on the Quad City Symphony Orchestra's work on music education, as well as concert and other information, just check out QCSO.org.